Hi 143 fam, welcome to channel 143. I'm Antonia. Thank you for being here. Each month I give away 2 free readings to 2 winners. If you would like to be considered for a free reading, leave me a comment below your video. Let me know how you've connected with your video. Also let me know that you have subscribed and I will alert winners by April 30th. Now let's jump into your April horoscopes. Hi Cancer. This reading is for Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. I'm going to start with your general overview. Then I'm going to jump into your love spread. But Cancer, I'm going to do something extra for you guys in this video because there were 6 signs that I was unable to release a mid-month love reading for in March because sadly my little kitty passed away and it took me a little while to regroup. So I am actually going to be doing 2 love spreads for you guys in this video. We'll start with the general love spread that we always do, and then I'm going to follow that to get a little insight as to what your partner's thinking, where their intentions are at, or if you're single, what potential partners are thinking, okay? So we'll take a look at that, but let's start with your general overview. I'll have timestamps down below. Cancer, April 2019. Cancer, for those of you who've been working on a new project, or maybe you've gotten a new position at a current job, it's time to reward yourself. It's a big message for you to acknowledge coming into April, acknowledging the hard work that you've been putting in to whatever job or project is your priority right now, okay? For some of you, you've been balancing a full-time job with a side project. The message is so strong for you. The universe recognizes it, and there will be many blessings as a result. So keep up your hard work, but it is so important to give yourself credit for the amazing amount of work that you've been putting in to, again, the new project, the current career, okay? Something new is happening. Something's coming full circle. It may not come full circle in April for you, but the work has not gone unnoticed. Okay, so let's get a little more clarity on that for Cancer. Just a general overview for Cancer in April. Are you focused on love? For some of you, the hard work that you've been putting in is to heal old karmas, close old doors, and just move forward toward healthy, fulfilling love, okay? That reward yourself, acknowledge your efforts, that message that absolutely applies to you who have, do you see? Reward yourself. I mean, it's literally, it's a big message for you guys, okay? I would not be surprised if that pops for you in this spread. But love is a big focus for Cancer at this time, and it's a beautiful thing. But it's not even just romantic love for you, Cancer. It's loving what you do. It's loving what you do, working on something that you love, really taking steps forward with a passion project and making it a real thing, giving life to something that you're truly passionate about. There are rewards for you. Universe will make sure, okay? Spirit's coming through so strong for those of you that applies to. Focus on service sitting at the center of your reading again. Helping other people is something that you love, and Cancers are just so phenomenal. Anything involving healing work, anything, but any service that you do that helps other people right now, especially if this is what you're moving into, this new thing you've launched or you started working on, very, very, very blessed. For some of you, I'm actually seeing that once you become more in alignment with what it is that you love and really ultimately aligning with your soul purpose and your life purpose, very high level love will follow, okay? But Cupid and this beautiful love is clarified by ask. So there is a little bit of a disconnect, Cancer, with what you want and what you know that you want and deserve. But there's a disconnect between that and asking the universe for it. Let Spirit help you. You don't have to take all that hard work on yourself. Let Spirit open some doors for you, connect you to your high-level soulmate. But you have to exercise free will. This is a big message, especially in the realm of love and doing what you love. If you need doors to open, if you need to connect to some new people, ask universe for that help, or otherwise, Spirit can only do so much, okay? Because free will always be respected. So make sure you utilize that. Make sure you're truly asking universe, but also that you're getting clear on what it is that you want, right? We have law of attraction sitting at the center of your reading, clarifying, focus on service. How do you want to help people? What is it that you're most passionate about? It's so important to get clear on that this month. Asking universe for help and taking steps forward in April toward bringing the soul purpose, the life purpose, a full circle. It does not mean that you have to leave a job. For so many of you, I'm seeing this balance, and it's a delicate balance, but it is possible between the full-time career, right, where maybe there's some financial stability, it would be really hard to just walk away from, but also launching something new. Now, if you need the time to do that, ask universe to help you with the time or the balance so that while you're working, while you're working at your full-time job, you still have time to invest into the new project. Okay, we have play here, clarified by go for it. Cancer, it is just so clear to me and comes through so strong that there is something that's fun for you, that you love, that you're passionate about, that is meant to become a career for you. Now, it may always just be a side job and you make a little extra money, but for so many of you, aligning with your soul purpose will allow you to transition out of what you currently do. Go for it. As long as you're asking universe for help, you're very clear about what it is you would like to attract into your life, what it is you're trying to manifest. Yes, you have divine blessings, divine help, divine protection all around this new idea, but ultimately it's something that you love that also helps other people. For those of you that are connecting to that message, when you launch it, even if it takes a little while to gain some momentum, could actually be a pretty big deal for you. You may wind up making enough money that you can step into doing that full time, doing what you love full time. And I'm seeing this in individual sessions with cancers as well. You're over working for somebody else or getting up every day and dreading where you have to go and what you have to do to make money to support yourself. Okay, I know it's not realistic to just abandon that, but you are consciously taking steps forward to align with the soul purpose and to really transition your life. There are blessings there. Universe is with you. Really, really, really with you, guiding you. Make sure you're taking the time to listen to that guidance, meditating, taking moments where you're just at peace and quiet around you, okay? But crowning your reading is this. For so many of you, what it is that you are transitioning is your love life. You're tired of the same old relationships. You're over it. You want the high level love now. You want the high level love now. This is a big priority for you. And it's the love. For some of you, the big love has already arrived, and it is a catalyst for bigger change in career, okay? They give you the courage, the support. Maybe it's something they are already doing in their life, and so now you're inspired. But the new relationship, the love, is the catalyst for taking a risk, for starting something new, getting whatever this is off the ground, okay? But here's what you got to do. You want this love in your life? You have to ask. You really do. Let universe help you so that not only the energy, because it looks like the energy has already arrived for you in terms of romantic love, but also just loving what you do. Both hugely important, okay? Let universe work for you. The energy's here. Let it come full circle. Let that manifest fully in the physical realm. Cancer, bottom of the deck. Steady progress. You've been working really hard. For some of you, this project that you're getting off the ground is creative. Really big rewards here. For those of you that are creative and working in a field or on a project or service that helps other people, it's a big energy. Creative projects always help people. They inspire people. For those of us that are creative, we hold space to help people communicate feelings, emotions, experiences that they otherwise wouldn't be able to fully communicate to themselves, to people around them, okay? So that is absolutely healing. It may not be a traditional sense of healing. It may not be energy work per se. Whatever this is, take steps forward if you haven't already. Following this, See only love, bottom of the deck. Infuse love into all things that you are trying to manifest at this time. Keep healthy affirmations out there, especially around love. If you're constantly talking about how love never works out for you and all these same kind of people show up, I understand that it's important sometimes to vent and to get that out of your system, but if that is something you are consistently communicating to universe, especially if you're not really conscious that you're always having those conversations, they will continue to show up. The Cancers collectively want something new now, okay? You're closing doors. You've X'd out people that were toxic, relationships, the work situations, or you're well on your way to doing that, okay? You're calling in higher level love. You're calling in more fulfilling and more joyful work. This is a huge shift, but I also am seeing this collectively, Cancer. So make sure for yourself on an individual level, you are putting some work this month towards something new that you truly love. And if you love career and that's on point, then I'm telling you, it has to do with love, okay? It has to do with romantic relationships. This is crowning your reading. I can feel what a big priority love is for you. So let's jump in to your love reading, Cancer. Let's see what's in store for Cancer in love. April 2019. Okay. Cancer, Mercury retrograde has ended. Okay, as we go into April. Did an ex show back up? Are exes still trying to contact you? If they haven't contacted you, don't be thrown off if they do in April. I do feel like for the majority of you, if an ex is going to reach out, you will have already heard from them, but trust me, whether you have heard from them or not, energetically, they are still connected to you. The main message here is to cut those cords. Somebody new, if you're single, somebody new is trying to come into your life. Those old energies, those energy cords and attachments, they will prolong the progress in love that is fated for you. There's a beautiful window of time. So as we get into April, love really has the ability to light up, but it does require you to let go of some things and some people from the past. But let's take a deeper look into this. Cancer in love. Ooh. Cancer in love. Look, separation card, and then sitting at the center of your reading is unrequited love. This is who it's time to let go of. This ex, it's time to let go of the ex. Why? Because we have these beautiful new relationships that are trying to come through. Now, you may say, you have let go of the ex. You don't answer them when they call, and you're not reaching out to them. Someone's thinking, I'm feeling and hearing, somebody's thinking obsessively. Somebody's either thinking obsessively about you, Cancer. This can go both ways. You may be thinking obsessively about someone from your past too. It's time to let it go, okay? What's done is done. I do not see reconciliation at this time being of your highest good, okay? So you get out of the relationships that you evolved past or that were toxic for you. The main message there in these older relationships, this unrequited love, this passion that was not mutual. Someone loved, someone more than the other partner did. It just didn't work out. It's hugely important at the start of April, especially if you're trying to call a new love here, to let it go. But what follows that? A much higher level partner. It's worth doing the work for, okay? Free yourself is being clarified by children. I think what's been difficult, Cancer, for those of you, so many of you that still have connections to the partner in the past is because you have children involved. And you will always have to communicate with them. This partner, this ex-partner will be a part of your life to some extent because you share children. And the dynamic there may be a little rocky right now. I do see that resolving. I see peace with exes, especially the exes that you can't just cut all ties to because there are children involved. But I see that this was a very important separation, not just for you, but for your kids. Some of you are in very toxic relationships. It was causing a toxic environment that would have eventually negatively impacted your children. It may have negatively impacted your children, okay? By separating from whomever this person is, it creates a much safer environment, not just for you, but for your kids, and everybody's healthier and happier because of it. So if you have some lingering guilt, some regrets because you split up a family and that's how you perceive things, you didn't split up a family. You allowed your children to experience a much healthier relationship, and you're setting a better example for them. It will be hugely important for your kids to experience this safer, healthier environment at home. For others of you, some of you got out of relationships because one person wanted children and the other person did not, okay? That's where the disconnect was in terms of chemistry, in terms of passion. It was a turnoff to somebody that the partner either wanted children or the other person didn't want children. It's okay. Unrequited love is being clarified by let go of control issues. So I'm really feeling for so many of you, it was just a toxic environment. It was controlling. The love wasn't mutual. The passion wasn't mutual. And you still have some moving on to do. So you may have, broken up, you split up, those separations months ago. Maybe for some of you, you could be a year deep into this, but someone is still being controlling. Someone is at least trying to be controlling, especially if you have children. Someone might be very difficult to deal with. All the more important for you to have yourself and your children in a healthier environment, okay? I do see it resolving. For what it's worth, I really see something resolving for you, Cancer, now that you're past the retrograde, now that those karmic issues don't have to surface so powerfully. That happens often in retrogrades, right? Karmic issues come up, and so those controlling issues, you may have had a very difficult month with an ex over your kids, okay? The reason I say all of this is good, because this is what's coming to you. But let's get a clarifier. So what about this safe, beautiful love? Why are they safe? They're a high-level soulmate for you. Do you see this soulmate connection? This is somebody you will have passion with. This is not somebody who will show up with these controlling energies. The passion, the chemistry is a little off. If you notice that, that's somebody that is not, that's not who this is, okay? Weed them out quickly. Continue to hold space with an open heart for a much, much higher level soulmate connection. Crowning your reading. Ooh. Some cards want to pop, but they didn't. Okay. Crowning the reading, finances and career. Honestly, Cancer, you guys have a huge focus on career and launching something. Again, those creative projects, that service, this career transition, that is going to dominate love right now, especially if you're dealing with some difficult people still in the mix. But if you choose to, if what it is that you want is love, is new love, you have the ability to call that in. I see the last week of April being where you see the breakthrough in love if you're single. Okay, how does this apply to people who are still married? I'm seeing exes try to come back. You may be married or in a committed relationship. Maybe you or your partner have children with an ex, and the ex is still being difficult and it's interrupting things at home with you guys, but you are otherwise healthy. I am seeing an ex being difficult, single or not, but especially if you have kids involved. Expect exes to try to come back. If they haven't in March, I really wouldn't be surprised if someone tries to come through in April. The energy still lingers there. But for the majority of you, if someone has tried to come back into the picture, they showed up in March. Be careful. There are some red flags there. Really may not be of your highest good. Assess the situation. Is it just going to be more of this? Will it be more of this? Do you really need to go through that? For so many of you, you would just be repeating the same old experience. Why? Why do that to yourself? If that's not what you want, stay open, cut those cords, like really cut the cords though. Really cut off communication with the exes, and you call this person in. I'm really feeling a powerful breakthrough in love if you're single that last week of April. It's going to be a pretty beautiful week. That energy will get more powerful because I am seeing light now into May, but there's a breakthrough. So this first 3 weeks, single or coupled, really do your best. Letting go of exes, cutting cords, cleansing. Cleanse the energy around you in your life. Try to have compassion For if it's your partner dealing with a difficult ex, it's out of their control. But if you infuse loving thoughts into it, you come from a place of peace and compassion and hold space for love, even in difficult situations, you will start to see that energy shift for the better. Bottom of the deck. If you want them back, you have the opportunity. You have the opportunity here. But I don't see that this is of your highest good. And I think you know that, especially for those of you who have dealt with the controlling, the something's off, the old karmic issues that continue to resurface. You know this for you, Cancer, but if you don't go back, if you continue looking forward, look who shows up. And you can get distracted with career. That's totally fine this month because there's a lot of light and love around May for you guys. Like, I'm really, really, really seeing that, but it starts the end of April. So if you're like, you know what, this month I need a break from dating, I really don't feel like doing it, and I just want to focus on career, you're fine too. Release your ex. It's just a big message for you guys. Okay. So what I want to do, let's take a look at this ex. Is it of your highest good? What is their intention with you, Cancer? Is it of Cancer's highest good to entertain the reconciliation with the ex? What is Cancer's partner's intentions? Okay. Let's get a little clarity on that. Reconciliations here. Okay. Let me pull a few cards for you, Cancer. Whew. All right. Oh, wow. Okay. Right. I don't see it being of your highest good to reconcile. Of course, you have the free will to do what you think is best, but the energy just doesn't show up that that's what's of your highest good. Now, give your relationship a chance as being clarified by romantic feelings. The message here, if you're single, is to give love a chance, because there's someone who'll come through that you have legit feelings for. They will have legit feelings for you. This is the safer love. For those of you in committed relationships, and especially if somebody else is making things difficult, do not give up on your partner because they're a soulmate, okay? Continue working on your relationship. Exercise so much compassion. Maybe help them learn healthier boundaries so that this doesn't have to be status quo, having the difficult partner. But release your ex is just a big message for you guys. I will say this too. For those of you who have partners from the past trying to show back up again and you don't answer that phone call and you know it's of the highest good to cut those cords, they will continue to try for a little bit longer, but possibly by the end of April, they may be done trying. So if this is someone you deeply, deeply, deeply want to get back with, understand that the window of time for that is coming to an end. If you're kind of on the fence, you still may want to entertain those conversations. But for the majority of you, that really isn't of your highest good. Center of it, soulmate, passion. This is what the new love or the current committed love, this is what it's all about. It's this beautiful soulmate energy, this high-level soulmate energy, and you have so much passion for one another. That unrequited love, that doesn't exist anymore. The love is mutual. The passion, the attraction, the depth, it's all just so mutual. The commitment there. Yes, once you release your ex, you want to see why this is not of the highest good. You want to know why? You cut these cords, you really let this go. This is who comes in. This is who comes in. If you are in a committed relationship, this is why you don't give up. Because the person you're with is not trying to create any issues. It's their ex that's doing it. Or this very well could be your ex creating issues, okay? Do your best to establish healthier boundaries so that your current partner isn't paying the price for your ex being kind of crazy. Because I really see someone acting a little foolish around children, a little too aggressive. They're not acting grown enough about something. I am seeing two exes not fulfilling child support or coming through on the weekends that they're supposed to take your children, and then that's interfering, okay? But if that's you going through that, try to communicate with your partner how you'll have healthier boundaries around that situation, that you're doing your best. If it's your partner going through that, really feel for them. Try not to be too reactive, because they're just kind of at a loss. I see someone being at a loss that their ex can't grow up and can't do what's of the highest good for their kids, okay? I do not see that coming from you. I don't see that coming from your current partner if you're in a committed relationship. It really feels like someone on the outside, like a third party, their ex or your ex. Crowning this, okay? We got let go of control issues again, but another soulmate card. So do you see the difference in energy here? You let go of this toxic environment for you and your kids, and then you move yourself and your children forward to something more stable. So it's a beautiful energy. If again, if you're in the stable, committed relationship and it's one of the exes being a little crazy, this can resolve with communication and like really healthy boundaries. It may require you to be quite assertive. Don't be aggressive back, but be assertive, call people on it. If people aren't paying child support, you may have to take, a legal approach to it, but do it in a grown way. Don't meet them where they're at, okay? Rise above it. If you hold this in love, if you hold especially that situation around children, if you see love around that, see that, okay, this person's just hurting and that's why they're acting that way. It doesn't mean that you approve of their behavior. It doesn't mean that they don't have to be held responsible, but energetically, then you hold space for this to heal and for the energy really to evolve and transition to something much more higher vibing, something healthier for everybody involved. Okay, Cancer, I'm so grateful to connect with you here. I'll be back April 15th for your love reading. Again, I do apologize for missing you guys last month, mid-month, but I hope that you understand. If you're interested in a reading, healing sessions, I do still have some availability left in April, although my availability goes pretty quick these days. Reach out soon if that's something you're interested in. I will do my best to accommodate everybody who reaches out. I had a little bit of a hard time balancing that in March, but I have some ideas as to how to open my current schedule a little more to be a little more available for you guys. So reach out if that's what you need. I will make it happen for you. My website, my contact information is in the description box below. In the meantime, sending you so much love and light. I'll see you back here soon. Ciao.